This was once the most prosperous granary in Laslan, but after the cursed rain came, it became infested with strangely enlarged pests. People tried to solve the problem by employing the power of free wizards, but the free wizards' clumsy magic only made things worse.
The Einar priestess Grace introduced waypoints as a great integration of Vanillux's magic. Teleportation was a rare skill that was only used by a few wizards. When the wizard Clay completed the schema for waypoints, it enabled anyone to teleport freely.
Looks like it's your first time using a waypoint. If you place your hand on a waypoint, the schema will be activated, and the stone will glow blue. Open your map and select a waypoint activated with blue light. You will be instantly transported to that location.
Once you place your hand on a waypoint, it will glow with blue light, activating the schema. If you open the map and select an activated waypoint, you can instantly travel to that location.
How can I help you? Do you need...
In the apothecary at the Goldenrye Pastures works the always gloomy Oliver Tiller, the herbalist's apprentice. Oliver has been an apprentice there for some time, though he has yet to gain the approval of his master. The farmers pitied the outstanding apprentice, a gifted student who could memorize the names of countless medicinal herbs, but suffered under his eccentric master. The main ingredients for rancid powder can be acquired from harvesters and insects in the goldenrye pastures. They are the decomposed heart of a harvester, which controls magical power, a wasp stinger, which controls magical toxicity, and a contaminated scarab plume, which has a tonic effect. These ingredients are highly toxic on their own, but highly effective together.
Honestly, now's not the time to be worrying about goblins. Honestly, now's not the time to be worrying about goblins.
Welcome to Mandrake Farmstead, where we grow 'em with love from seed to harvest. If it's fresh mandrakes you need, you've come to the right farm.
Oh my. I've just run out of roots. How about collecting as many as you need yourself? And, in exchange, you can have everything for free. Then, try harvesting the roots from the mandrakes planted out in the field. Oh, by the way, mandrakes will turn violent when you try to harvest their roots, so be extra careful.
What do I do? I was planning to conduct an experiment today, but my assistant didn't show up. Can you help me out? Thank you! So, for your first task, please fetch the bucket over there. It's under the roof and has been catching rainwater. In the meantime, I'll set up the experiment. Please bring the bucket inside the lab. Just in time. I just finished setting up the experiment. I want to see how rainwater of a certain composition affects this area. I'm going to mix these ingredients in the rainwater you brought to make the experimental rainwater. I want you to sprinkle that rainwater on the scarab and observe while it's wet. I'm mixing the ingredients in the rainwater. It's almost done. I've created the experimental rainwater. Be careful. Scarabs can become hostile suddenly when they are soaking wet from rain. I'm glad you were with me. It was the cursed rain that affected the creatures and harvesters in this area. A decade ago, Laslin was suddenly hit by tainted rain, which turned the creatures that were touched by it into rampaging monsters. I traced the composition of the tainted rain, and learned about the curse-causing ingredients used by the Shadowmancers. The rainwater you just sprinkled was made from those same ingredients. It seems to have the exact same effect as the tainted rain does. I'll report back to Venilux with the results of today's experiment. Thank you for your help, adventurer.
While you search for treasures hidden in ships wrecked by storms and chests that have been drifting, you will encounter the masters of the coastline. From a distance, they look like normal crustaceans, but when you get up close, you'll find they pose a greater threat than you anticipated.
What brings you here?
Huh? These are the ingredients needed to make rancid powder. Martinet must have sent you. But how did you know about these ingredients? Oliver, that clever boy. How did he figure this out already? He's quite bright. Herbalists have to go to perilous places to acquire ingredients. But Oliver can't even stand the sight of a mere ant. I'm waiting for him to overcome his fears.
Well, I'll make the rancid powder for you right away. It must be urgent for you to come all the way out here. But look at me, rambling on. Here's your rancid powder. Planning to go straight back to Martinet? In that case, why don't you try opening your map and teleporting to Castleton?
After acquiring the last ingredient from the Mandrake farmstead, you were able to meet the herbalist Wilson Hinman. He always entrusted the apothecary to his apprentice and collected herbs alone. He had to venture to all sorts of dangerous areas to get medicinal herbs. But his pupil was a coward who would flee at the sight of an ant.
Is there someone out there? Can anyone help me?
You're back. Did you get some rancid powder? Good work. The rancid powder you brought is excellent in quality. I'll make the Mana calming potion for you right away. All right, here you are. Why don't you try it and see how it works? Just as I thought. It's much more effective. I tried to improve the efficacy, but I didn't expect the results to be this good. The calming potion's effect is very effective this time. I need to bring this to my sister right away. But as you know, I'm in no position to be wandering around outside. Oh, thank you so much. I made this potion earlier and used the same method to make it once more. Please pass it on to my sister's friend, Mina Pai. Only Mina knows where my sister is. She told me to come find her at Windhill Shores if I ever needed to give my sister something. Go there to find Mina's trail.
It is vitally important that you keep Martinet's presence